Hello, friends, and how are you doing today? Well, let's start off by talking about air filters. Why not? Now, I know what you see on your screen right now doesn't show air filters, but just stick with me. So, I finally got the chance to do a little automotive shopping, and my mind was blown. First of all, let me tell you, half the stuff I was looking for, they either were out of half the stuff I was looking for, they were out of stock. The other half, they just didn't sell. I don't have the gas, the fuel to be going all over the country trying to find a product that's supposed to be in stock. I, man, I didn't know how to deal with that situation. So I was forced to get something other than what I wanted. Technically, I got what I wanted, but it wasn't what I wanted. And I'll explain. MicroGuard. I've heard of this company. When I first started working on the Chevy, that was the first filter that I personally changed. It was the air filter. Didn't have a lot of money at the time. Really wanted to get this tune-up done. Wanted to get my oil filter, my air filter, my spark plugs, just change all that stuff in one take, one day. So this was the cheapest one I could find, was the MicroGuard air filter. Now, since then, I have experimented, tested out a few other air filters of higher quality, brand quality, I guess you could say. But what I didn't know then that I know now is that it wasn't just a one-off company. They actually make other filters besides air filters. I didn't know that until recently. So, in a later video, I'm going to address the oil filter, but right now, I want to talk about the air filters. There's a little glare on my side of the screen from my viewpoint. Let's see if I can, well, I'll just hold it. Okay. MicroGuard air filters are designed to meet vehicle manufacturers' performance specifications and provide excellent engine protection against dust and other harmful contaminants. That in itself is a general statement because they all claim to do that. MicroGuard recommends changing your air filter every 12,000 miles or as often as your driving conditions dictate. Makes sense. I can agree with that. 12,000 miles. In today's climate, that's not really a lot. Every 5,000 miles, 10,000 miles. Now we got oil filters that claim to be 20,000 miles. So, but when I bought this one, it was, that would have been good. Change it every 12,000 miles. Ooh, cutting edge. Nice. But really, was it really cutting edge compared to other filters? So, this Butte was the filter that I took out of the Chevy. Quite dirty, isn't it? Ugh, nasty little thing. So I put the MicroGuard in there, and it worked. But like I said, I had so many different things going on with this engine. Because not only was I trying to maintain the vehicle, but I found myself trying to correct what was already wrong before I got it. And it shouldn't have been like that. The oil filter wasn't sucking up and wasn't cleaning the oil good enough. The air filter was lousy. So by me buying brand new parts, I was able to kind of feel my way around and see what I need to address first, second, and third. All of it. I've had to change so many parts. I've had to research so many parts, and it was frustrating because some of this stuff didn't trigger the engine light. It didn't trigger the code readings. So it's like, dang, I know something's wrong, but I don't have any lights coming on. So what could it be? Now, after the MicroGuard, which I left in there, like I said, it did okay. I was losing gas, burning through gas. So I'm figuring, okay, if I'm burning through gas, it's probably my air filter or my oil. Well, not so much my oil, but spark plugs. So I changed to a better quality spark plug. Changed to a better quality air filter. I also changed tires. Like I said, I did a lot of research. So at different times of the year, you will hear me talk about air filters, oil filters in general, and tires. I have a list of tire reviews on my old channel and on this channel. That's right, friends. I used to have, when I first started, I had a similar channel, but I was like doing some automotive, some other stuff. So now with this channel, this is all automotive. If it's got 4 wheels and it interests me, I'll cover it. From the tires to the filters to the detailing products. That's what interests me. So that's what I'll talk about. Now, back to the air filters. After, it's not in the shot. It's a short box. We'll get to this in a minute. I'm gonna have to adjust this camera, but most recently, a few months ago, I picked up the Purolator filter. So, I'm in one of my go-to automotive places, and I'm looking at the filters, like, okay, I see the MicroGuard, I see this Wix brand that I've heard of, oil filters, but never really knew that they sold air filters. So then I go to the other spot. I'm seeing the Fram, the AC Delco, and then I look up and I'm like, Purolator. That's interesting. I have to research that. So I pick up the box, I'm looking at it, I'm checking the the specs, if you will. So I'm reading the back of the box like, this is interesting. Okay, air filter traps up to 99% harmful contaminants. I heard that before. Then I go down to the bottom. Multi-fiber high density media. At the time I didn't know what that was. I'm looking around, and then I see this out the corner of my eye. Like, wait a minute, what's this about miles? For best performance, replace your air filter every 12 months or 12,000 miles. 12 months? Wait a minute, you mean to tell me I don't have to change this filter for a whole year? Because I'm usually doing tune-up like twice a year, so when I change my spark plugs, I change my air filter. 12,000 miles or a whole year, whichever comes first. Oh, I got to get this one. And so I did. Left side was the filter I originally pulled out. Left side, the right side, is the MicroGuard filter. This filter dirty, really dirty. But the MicroGuard filter, trust me, it is even dirtier than it looks. The lighting is affecting the actual amount of dirt you see. It's darker than that. But the engine ran better. It ran better until it was time to change this bad boy. And I did. Oh man, excuse me. And I didn't want to get the same filter. The MicroGuard works, but it doesn't work to the level that I wanted it for my driving habits. So I needed something better. That's why I picked up the Purolator. As I said, Wix also sells air filter, but I'm slow to try new things unless I absolutely have to. But oil filters, spark plugs, wash and wax, oh. If I got money, I'm gonna do something stupid and try things. That'll be in a different video. So I'm trying to get the MicroGuard box in the shot, but it's just a taller box. Anyway, so the Purolator 1 has been working pretty good. I've changed, I've had one tune-up since I put it in there. I've changed the oil at least once, I believe it's twice. But now I find out that both companies have oil filters. Of course, I found out about the Purolator first. I was online, YouTubing, and I saw Purolator Boss. I'm like, okay, all right. So I watched the video, I watched a couple more videos, and it was like, yeah, this is the top of the line from Purolator. They also have the Purolator 1. I'm like, oh, so I can get the Purolator 1 instead of the Boss? Okay, all right, that's interesting. So I go back to the auto parts store, and they didn't have it. They didn't have the Purolator one that I saw online. They had the old Purolator one. I'm like, nah. So I got something else, left it there. But the very last time that I went back, I ended up picking it up. Only because I went to the other auto parts store and I picked up the MicroGuard oil filter. So I'm going to do a separate video on the oil filters. Now, that being said, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you out on the road.